EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. First carry now for Justice Hill. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 34. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Bengals are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
Here we go, set.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 3rd and 4 now. You look at this Baltimore defense. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. And that will be incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Let's go now.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. You can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Here comes 3rd down at 7. Play action. Now Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And that last throw, CD, going to move him even further up that all-time passing leaderboard as he just moved beyond Broadway Joe Namath at 27,663 yards.
And that's impressive because Joe Namath, my goodness, he could throw a football. I mean, it was just gorgeous the way he threw it. Rallied his Jets to a Super Bowl win, one of the greatest upsets in NFL history. Broadway Joe.
Now Brown, oh, he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. The Bengals drive about to get going. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
19 Tiger.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Bengals at 3-5, 2 games under 500. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. They'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here we go.
Back to throw again. That's complete, right around the 8. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Kyle Pitts, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. It's the fullback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now a give, left side, Brown with it. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
You talk about this Bengals defense.
And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Now Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. 4th down. Here's Jackson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Still on his feet.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
68 yards.
And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Up the middle, it's Hill. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try and run for it with Hill. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here we go with Hill. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go, shot.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he goes out of bounds without getting rid of it. A big, big loss there. And it goes down as a sack as well. My word, it'll be nothing short of a monstrous loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and about a mile here. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Open man is the rookie from Auburn.
A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Let's go now.
They're going to try and throw.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. He's got Harrison left side complete.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd down and 4. They give it to Hill running right. And he'll go down at the 28. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They stick on the ground on 1st down with Hill. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That good for 22 and a 1st down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
2nd and goal from the 1. Jackson's going to try the sneak, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. short throw caught by Pitts. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a first and goal.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Jackson now. And this is going to wind up a safety.
Yeah, this is good. I'm not going to even sugarcoat this one. I did not care at all for that play call.
Well, there's just so little time. You don't have much time to do anything. Why not, Charles, just run the football, take it into the locker room?
As you know, there's more bad things than good that can happen when you're backed up this deep with this little time. And sure enough, this is a late safety.
Fielded just inside the 20. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. What a return. He did everything but take it to the house.
And, partner, not only is he kicking himself right now, he's going to petition the league for 99-yard fields. That's almost not fair to get it that far and not get into the end zone. Nevertheless, a great return.
And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. A great effort there.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals will take the lead here.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you,
What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Ravens are once again back in front.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that one gives them a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Ravens 23, Bengals 20. Justin Tucker to kick off the Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
At the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a 10th carry for Hill. And he'll go down at the 28. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Here's Hill one more time. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Bengals 20.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
They tried to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Bengals have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hill running right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
99 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
First down, and it's Hill again. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Now, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6.
Again, it's Hill. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, it's Hill. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. Now it's Jackson. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Down the right sideline. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Chase Brown, 47 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And once again, Hill, he's been busy. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9.
Play action. It's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Throwing is Jackson. Got a man, it's Brown. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Coming left is Hill. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
That is caught. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. The give to the fullback on the dive. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
So a big play coming up for the Bengals as they'll indeed go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is caught. And they've got the lead here in the 4th. They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a 1-point lead, and that just changes the complexion of the whole game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone. And that means they'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll give up the got to Hill. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 3.
Now a give left side, Brown with it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
Third down, here's Brown. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on fourth down. On first and 10, here's Brown. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up second and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Ball on the 35. Here comes second and 5.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he'll be taken down at the 34.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Forward.
To throw is Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up fourth down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going. And I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here,
oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and it's taking it right down Broadway.
trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line.
And that's the obvious risk you run with a long field goal, lower trajectory, greater chance of having it blocked like it was.
And a lot more pressure on your protection team because, as you noted, longer field goal, it's going to come out a little bit lower. So that means you got to get those hands down and out of the lanes. That didn't happen.
Great job. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Bengals take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points.
They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Jackson to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
Jackson.
And that is taken in by Njoku.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Throwing, Jackson. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Big strides, look at him go.
And he is in for the score. So how about this? A horrible mistake leads to a defensive touchdown, and a 2-point conversion will tie it.
That's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now a 3rd and 6. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth-quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. Short throw caught by Pitts.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. That is intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off.
There he goes, right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Here's 1st and 10.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. This for all the marbles.
This ball intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Baltimore, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll get a